Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the first in what I hope will be the first of a brand new series. Yes, I know, recorded content is back on the channel after a fairly large absence, I will admit. But, yeah, we're back. And time has come. So, first things first, what do we need? Well, we need rifling first of all. Then we need cannon. Then bombs and explosives. And then machinery and energized suspendium. But, first things first, we need a fleet. Yes, we most certainly do. And this vessel is acceptable, but it's not ideal. It could be much better. So, what we're going to do is we're going to apply some of our knowledge to our dirigible sloops. Except because we have access to cannon, but not what could be described as, well, how best would you describe it actually? It's we have 18-pounder smoothbores. They're not what you'd call the finest cannon in the world, but they are still cannon. We don't have enough for muskets, but what we can do is incendiary bombs. Fires are always nice. And that's acceptable to me, and we shall name this the Dirigible Sloop Mark II. Fairly cheap, fairly effective. And will bring massed cannon to engagements in a world that knows it not. So, first thing I want is we need to create our prefix, which is Fleet of Oceans ship. Floos. Floos. And we'll call that the Deplorable. Then we'll build another one, and we'll call it the Dragon. Yes, very nice. So, first thing we need to do is set it rolling. Okay, so we have access to suspendium. That means we actually have much cheaper suspendium chambers, which is fantastic. A crashed wasp's nest, which is actually a really good idea. And to our south, a very, very vulnerable power that is actually disconnected from the rest of its lands. In theory, if we move relatively quickly, we can annihilate them. What I will do, though, is we'll do some diplomatic MacGuffins. We'll have a trade treaty. Everyone likes trade treaties, don't they? Plus, it makes it very hard for these people to declare. Oh, they won't accept that, which is a shame. But never mind. I shall purchase another dirigible sloop. We'll call this the Discomfort, I think. I don't think we have a Discomfort already, do we? Nope. Oh, you need to be... Oh, whoops. Nearly refitted it again. She's the Harbinger, because that's quite funny, actually. And there we go. And there we go. We have all the ships we need. And let's go and take care of that crashed wasp nest. Because it's a crashed wasp's nest, it's actually fairly safe for us to take out with this smaller fleet. And here we go. And we'll get a lot of moolah for doing it as well. Most of the wasps will have lost power. We've just got to focus our cannon and volley fire at them. What I will do is I'm going to order some of our vessels forwards. There we go, keep firing, boys. did it, boys. We did it. For the Empire. 1,000 gold. That is most excellent. In fact, it's enough to actually fund the next phase of our operations. And actually, a refit. So the grenade catch is a vessel I've designed recently. It was designed for certain key roles. Now, personally, I feel that we can actually do far better here. So, what I think is we actually go for a bomb cache style design. So what I mean by this is we have the vessel arranged thus, like that. And then, as its sole weapon, it will carry a broadside mounted 48 pounder that it will fire downwards at targets from range and height. And we shall call this, we'll keep the grenade cache as a separate ship, we'll call this the Bombard Mark 1. Oh, but what do you mean? Oh, I see. Well then, well, we'll have to fix that, won't we? There we go. Perfect. Just fix that quickly. Marvellous. And what we'll do is we shall build a pair of those. And we'll call this the Basilisk. Most excellent. And once I've killed their main city, they'll have very little means to stand against me. And let me just rename the first of the Bombards. No, rename fleet, not refit. There you go. Like, just use your brain. Okay. No war just yet. Well, now we have to go to war. Our military basically requires it. Well, they won't come out to fight. Presumably they're not ready. Trade treaty? Don't mind if I do. Now let's see what we're up against. As a border outpost, it must be a relatively quiet affair, but retaking it should be enough to help fund the remainder of the conflict. Well, retaking, I mean just taking. Yes, it will in fact be enough. Oh, no. Oh, they surrendered! We didn't even have to fire a shot. Excellent. We shall have a gentle takeover. Bring it under control gently. Right, now then. Send me a spy in. I want to know exactly what's going on over there. Since this is the first major city we will have to take. So I want to be damn certain that when I move in on it, we're ready. Let me see, what are we looking at? That's 15 quid in income we've taken off them. So, it's pretty good. Now let's see what this city is. Let's see what the enemy possesses. And, okay. Oh! Okay, some fairly potent buildings. But a ship armed with rifles. And another one with rifles, but not, I think, any grenades. I need to wait to consolidate my hold anyway. And also, hopefully, allow my spy to see what's going on. So consolidate my hold over my territories. Ah. Age of plenty. Marvellous. More income. Ah, so she does have grenadiers aboard, but Lily of the Valley does not. Right then. We will annihilate them. Looks like they're going to go. The cheeky buggers. They're going to take that territory that I wanted. Right. Oh, good lord, that 48-pounder does not mess around at all. Throwing Molotov cocktails at him. Steady, boys, let's not fall victim to the same thing they do. Ah, good lord, our assault on their main towers did not go well. The only thing we can hope from this action now is to kill their fleet in some major way. Cheeky buggers, they do have grenades. That was me thinking they didn't. Throw Molotovs at them, boys! Oh no! Whoa. Oh, good lord, the airships ablaze. That's no good. Keep firing, boys! That's it, lads. Alright, come down and through them. Well, they're tied to us. Ship all the way. Right, back up to altitude. Let's go. There we go. That's it, boys. Pour it into them. Put that fire out. The fire out, for goodness sake. Most of this battle was indecisive. We need to flee while we still can. Good lord. It's impossible to take major settlements. Well, we've at least reduced them to just their primary settlement. No defensive fact, thank you, but we have at least reduced them to just their primary settlement, although I am annoyed that they've taken that off me. Because that was supposed to be mine. Still, their main fleet is actually away from their primary centres of, well, operation. Haha. No, I don't think I will. What I will do, though, is I need to come up with some form of new vessel, since these frigates are nice, but they don't seem to have the maneuverability we need. I wonder. What if we... There we go. Deploy suspendium dust tanks in a manner such as that. And then we put another one on the other end. And then for propulsion, that gives us has a height ceiling of that much. For propulsion, a single lantine sail. cockpit and a few berths. We have a single hull-side gangway to provide the access for supplies. For weaponry, I'm revisiting a concept that I told you about before. A broadside, a heavily mounted broadside cannon. Most of the weapon we were facing is explosives, so perhaps armouring our ships with woods is not the best idea. There we go. Crow's nest. Excellent. And the next thing I need... We have no ammunition. Well, very limited amounts of it. So the next thing we need is actually ammunition. We have a round hatch under the cannon from where the ship can be accessed. And there, we will call that the Bombard Mark II, as it's basically an improved version of the Bombard design. And hopefully will be enough to break them. The question is what to armour it with. Now... steel wall is actually slightly more expensive than... it's the same weight as wooden armour. Slightly less HP, but does absorb more blast. So I think we'll use that instead. Let me just overwrite the design again. In theory, a good fleet of those will enable us to, well... hopefully... break the enemy's line. We've got to try, if nothing else. Otherwise we're going to be in trouble. If we can't break the enemy, we're going to have real trouble. And there'll be not a lot we can do about it. As long as I can be above them, and they can't use their grenades, because their grenades were the main things that were actually causing us problems. As long as we can be above them, in theory, we should be able to break them. At least, so the thinking goes. Well, yeah, we'll have some stocks. Keep the populace in line. Ah, cannon. Proper cannon. With rifling. And breaches. One more Bombard Mark II and then I'm going back in. Oh, I need to name these vessels. The Bakachian, the Blight, and the Benign. Along with Discomfort and Harbinger. Of course they did. I can't deal with that right now, I don't have the technology. Because black dragons are even tougher than normal dragons are. Right. Let's hope that we've gathered enough forces for this attack. So my plan is those vessels to the rear. There we go. Oh, good God. Fire again! Oh, there we go. That's the way. Put that ship out of action. If we can annihilate their fleet, they won't be able to rebuild it. Whereas we can rebuild our fleet once theirs is annihilated. Rapid fire, boys! Give them the business. Throw the Molotovs! If you can't beat them, join them. Well, in our case, you can't. The problem is, like, our steel armor is actually resisting the, Okay, that's it. We've actually grounded their ships. Marvellous. Fire, boys. Keep firing. That's it. Get out of there. Our primary objective now is the destruction of that ship. There we go, boys. That's it. Keep giving them the business. Give them hell, boys. There we go, boys. That's it. Give them hell. Destroying the fleet is part 1. Annihilating the structures will be part 2 of this plan. Once the enemy vessels are destroyed, there we go. Keep firing, boys. Those muskets are brutal. Still, we've got something. We did manage to kill one of their ships. Problem is, those muskets are something else. And now we've got dragons there as well. We don't have the means to deal with them. That's the problem. What I need is... Let's see, can we iterate on the bombard into something else, I wonder? So... what if... So we've got cannon now, haven't we? Ah, so we have rifles and cannon now. Excellent. Do we actually have rifles? We do have rifles. Excellent. Ooh, twin-barreled turret. But we have rifles now. And with rifles, we can actually take on the some of the things that have been giving us trouble. Because rifling is one of the things that can actually really quite help. There we go. She does require more supply hatches, but that's not really too much of an issue. We can provide that with another, well, a literal hatch, as you saw before. On the back of the craft this time. We'll call this the Dirigible Sloop Mark III. Third iteration on the design concept. The Bombards are useful ships from range, but they're no good up close. What we need is some of these. Deplorable. See, with them, we might actually have a chance against the dragons. Although, to tell you the God's honest truth, I'm more concerned about killing Castavik, since they've been heavily pillaged. There may actually be a chance for a victory if I can pull it off properly. Yeah, their defenses are very nearly down. If I can scrape together a force fast enough, we have a real chance of actually pulling off a win. That's actually quite lucky for us. We'll have to go in with what we've got and hope it's enough. There we go. Right. Right, boys, move back and out of the way. Steady, boys, steady. That's it, boys. That's it. Give them the business. Okay. You need to put fire into there. And you boys need to switch to aim fire as fast as you can, otherwise you're never going to work over that tower. There we go, that's it, boys. Keep it up. Keep it up, boys. Come on! What is it going to take to kill these people? Okay, we've managed to kill their ships. That's something. What? Oh, I can't fight them. They're too big. My god, they're huge. Yeah, we'll demonstrate submission, because it doesn't actually cost me anything. There we go. Okay. These bombards are proving pretty effective, but They've basically got to get right over the target. But if they do, we may actually be able to kill them. We just need another small frigate to distract them from the front. Golden Age. Marvellous. Art gallery, that's actually quite a handy thing to have, that. Okay, props, propellers. Things of that nature. Marvellous. Very nice indeed. Right, we've got to keep going. Oh, a mad scientist. That is not what I need right now. She's gonna wreck my stuff. And then she's going to loot the Fleet of Oceans. This is not what I need. Really don't need this. Really did not need this. Nope. We do not have the stuff to fight those mechanical squids. And I am not risking my fleet. Not when I need it. Well, I'll have to go on with what we've got. I am determined to seize that city. Right. You stay there. Give them the business. As for you three, I have a plan. So the best thing for me is actually get you boys actually just overhead where they can't shoot you. It's going to be a risky move actually getting there, but once we're there, they have muskets, they can't shoot directly up. Once we're directly overhead, we should actually be fine just to bang away with our guns. Yep, that's done it. Ground that ship so that nothing goes wrong. And we've actually got them now. Yep, they can't actually stop us. We can just fire away with our big guns now. And they actually can't hit us. Keep firing. Oh yeah, they're absolutely going to work over our little frigate. But the boys above are going to make sure that they regret doing it. Because now, look, they can't shoot us. And we're free to just bang away until we win. And we have the ammunition to do it. The advantage of these big 48-pounders, they will actually get through that stone. There we go. I'm just very glad they don't have rifles, that's all I'll say. If they had rifles, we'd be in trouble. Luckily they don't. That's it, boys. Keep working it over. Just do me a favour. Quickly just switch fire to that small tower and destroy that. It shouldn't take too many rounds to do. Once that small tower's destroyed, we can focus on the big one. Yeah, that small tower's going to take about 5 seconds to actually kill. Yep, not even down to half ammo yet. Took a bit of a risk actually getting there, but once we got there, we were alright. And we're going to have a second big city. Then my plan is to solidify my hold. Over my territories. Reduce unrest, increase income, productivity. That's it, boys. Keep banging away. I'd rather you fire slowly and have each round be a hit than you're not and keep missing. There we go, that's it. Keep firing, boys, keep firing. There we go. There we go. That's it. I'm quite pleased with these little bombards. They're really quite punchy, actually. Wonder what they could do if they had. Oh, I wonder maybe there's like a sloop in these. If we give them 3 48-pounders on the broadside, they might be able to actually go and actually deal with other vessels. It's possible. Rifles on either end and 3 48-pounders. That could work. That could actually work. It's possible. Probably design that ship, and then we'll call that this for the first episode. And then we'll come back to conquering the skies later. Just gotta keep on rolling and fighting, boys. Rolling and fighting. Keep firing, boys. You've got them. You've got them banged to rights. Keep firing. Bit of a delayed victory celebration there, but victory! Huge success. We'll do a gentle takeover. Bring the town under our wings, slowly but carefully. We have 2 pillaged towns, but that's okay. I will actually accept a non-aggression pact and a trade treaty. That is a very good idea. Clockwork cubes. Ah! Suspendium crystals. Excellent. Very, very excellent. Put railway lines throughout our empire. Bring the train to everybody. However, the age of the suspendium-driven ship, sorry, the age of the dust ship is over. Now is the age there we go of the suspendium ship. Small, punchy, but effective. The only problem with the suspendium ship is that it requires things that other vessels do not. So, for example, a suspendium-driven ship requires, among other things, coal. There we go. And then what I will do is we will then put another store of ammunition for the gun. Next thing I need is a small propeller. Actually, we'll probably just go with a full propeller mock up there, which is fine. Actually, no, what is that? Actually, yeah, that is slightly more expensive than just a rear-mounted prop. Excellent. The next thing that we need, we have plenty of coal, is we need crew. So, crew. So for me personally, we'll have the bridge up here. We shall then have a berth connecting to the rest of the ship. And then the rest of the crew quarters behind. The only other thing I want is a crow's nest atop the ship to increase the accuracy of the ship's main guns. Oh. Looking for something that doesn't weigh all that much. There we go. Excellent. And what I will do is, seeing as I've got the space for it aft, what I will do is hello. Excellent. That's fantastic. That's actually really quite good. That helps bring the lift ratio back up in a way that I find excellent. The only other thing I need, that I feel we are lacking, is some way to hit targets below us, which I think can be provided by a pair of 12-pounder guns. I don't like having just enough crew. I like to have more crew than I need. There we are. Can I actually fit it with some decent armor? Problem is, any of the decent armors are either, well, too expensive, or, well, 10 blast, 3 piercing, or more piercing and blast. Half the armor would do better, but weighs a heck of a lot. It's not really worth it. Same thing with Krupp. So this will be probably a monitor of some kind. Oh, it needs more supply hatches, does it? Well, that's a relatively straightforward thing to overcome. Excellent. So I think we shall call this the Monitor. Mark 1. And gentlemen, the age of the sail and dust ship is over. The costs involved in refitting are expensive, but they'll be worth it. Although I do think the bombards do probably still have a place. Well, some of them do, perhaps. But their 38-pounders are perhaps not what they used to be in terms of availability and ability to deal the damage. They will be refitted, however. And of course, while there is the Monitor as a concept, there will also be its much cheaper twin, which I will call a patrol craft. patrol craft, in essence, armed with a pair of rifles. And we'll probably have one pointing aft as well. And we'll call this the patrol boat. Mark 1. Excellent. Excellent. We're looking at a steady refitting of the fleet. In fact, the patrol boats are not that much more expensive than the dirigible sloop Mark III. Can carry only half the amount of rifles under fully protected steel. The age of risk of damage from musketry is gone, my friends. It is gone completely. Of course, we must now spread the train station across the Empire in order to bring in the increased income. Otherwise, we shall have problems without the increased income. We must secure the empire that we have, lest we lose it to those from without. Ugh. It's a single ship, but our forces are not prepared. Well, if it is just a single vessel, on the one hand, it is a single ship. On the other, I believe it's armoured in wood. We have a great deal of musketry here. If we tell the boys to go absolutely ham with their muskets, we may be able to kill the Pirate King. Or at least his small vessel. That's it, boys. Give him hell. That's it, boys. Hit him hard. I'll not withdraw. If they're going to loot the city anyway, I have a chance to actually kill this ship so it doesn't menace me again. I'm going to take it. And he's stuck on the island, so he will be destroyed. Keep firing, boys. Keep firing. We'll replace those ballistas with crossbows. Keep firing, boys. Keep firing. Oh, explosion inside the ship. Oh, explosion! That might have been our ammo going up. Keep firing, boys. Oh, she's burning. Fires are abroad across that massive ship. There we go, boys. Well done. Well done. Marvelous. Managed to stop the Fleet of Oceans from being more pillaged than it already was. That's what I will say. Need a patrol boat. Another one. We'll call this the Pox. Marvellous. So we should actually have a decently sized fleet now. The Blight, the Pox, Oh, for the love of... Oh, never mind, they're going past me. Basically, if I'm going to go after dragons, I need rifles. The bombard ships will be of very little use going dragon hunting. To be fair, they're of very little use now that rifles have appeared. So I think they will all be gradually refitted. At least that's the thinking. Yeah, they come not as easy as a mark as you might think. Yeah, we need the gallows. Gotta bring the people into line. Nope, you can't just... There we go. She's fully recovered from the war. Once this ship has been completed, we're gonna go dragon hunting. Great. The Dark Age. Fantastic. Well, at least the monasteries are a way to get research income and decrease unrest, so I'm all for that. Non-aggression pact and a research treaty? I'm sure that's acceptable to me. Oh. He wants to do that, does he? Well, I'm not going to stand for that nonsense. If he wants to raid my cities, he's going to have to fight me. And if it's not going my way, I can always withdraw. Yeah, I don't want to lose any of my ships, thank you very much. Very nice. I am mildly annoyed. And it's one thing I've forgotten about, fire prevention. So if fire spreads aboard those ships, we're going to have problems. In fact, I think I need to remedy that design flaw in both vessels. Because if fire spreads, we are in trouble. Fire, 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 fire. There we go, excellent. So I'm going to move you there, and I'm going to put a fire water tank there, so that at least the ship is protected against fire. And I'm going to do the same thing on the patrol boat. So move you aft, move you aft, move you aft, move you forward. And then what I could... Actually, no, in that case then I'm not going to have to do anything, because you then go there, you then go there, and then we'll put a small fire point. There we go. Excellent. And that has then saved us from that problem. Well, first things first, as we need to upgrade you to your new form. Yes, we do. Yes, please, very quickly, if you don't mind. Thank you very much. Marvellous. And then we have the new vessels of the craft. And then you are going to become a patrol boat. And then, you know what, I will have another one as well. Excellent. There we go. Marvellous. Oh. It literally just got ahead of me. I just... Ugh. Okay, we've got this many ships now. I think we're ready to actually have a crack at the dragons. A small but punchy fleet should be able to help deal with them. Whew, look at them! Spicy boys! The thing to do is to actually put the fleet in such a way so as that if they get past us, we're ready for them. Everyone on rapid fire, that's the only thing to do, is to put as much fire into these dragons as we physically can. That's it, boys. Keep putting fire into them. Fire! That's it, boys. Keep firing. Give those dragons hell, boys. Don't let them get away. Oh god, they're focusing fire on the two most powerful ships. After them! Fire! Christ. I can't deal with them. On that terrible disappointment, I think that's where we'll end the first episode. Some lands conquered, but the Fleet of Oceans is in no way as capable a power as it once was. Our monitors are quasi-capital ships at the best of times, and, well, but in trying to build up a fleet to take on the other powers, there's very little we can actually do. Black Dragons arriving means I can't actually deal. I can't really leverage the entire power of my state as much as I'd want to, because the Black Dragons are there just annihilating everything around me. They're taking 20 money off of my main city, and there's very little I can do about it. There's a mad scientist incoming who I can't fight, and I'll just have to let hounding be, well, basically taken off me. Well, not taken off me, but, well, reduced to a shadow of its former self, basically. .32 unrest. There must be some way to deal with it. Well, that's something. We can at least build ports now. And they'll at least enable me to get some money back into the Empire. As best I can. Ah, very nice delegation indeed that was too. I've got to get what money back into the nation I can. Otherwise we're going to be in trouble. Ah, howitzers. Excellent. Excellent indeed. I wonder, what do we have? Do we actually have any... We do actually have wheels driven by steam engines. Yes, we do, in fact. So, with that being said, might it not be time for land ships to conquer the ground? We've created howitzers. The field gun fires explosive shells. That may be something to keep in mind. Aerial charges is something that we now have, along with other things indeed. But I think the field gun needs to be what we're looking for. Pity, really. No blast damage, it's a shame. I wonder. Well, we could actually create some pirate raiders. Use those to the best of our ability. It's possible. Hard to say, though. I think I'll leave that as a concept for now. Well, what do you think? Should we focus on rebuilding the air fleet? Attempting to build up the size and power of the state? Or should we design the first generation of land ships? I leave the choices in your capable hands as always. As usual, and with the commissioning of the Fleet of Ocean's ship Methuselah, I thank you all for watching this first of a new series. Take care, folks, and I will catch you all next time. Goodbye!